last season, the good off season?
You know what? It's mixed emotions. I think it's always tough going home and watching a team that beat you out. You know, play in the playoffs, and you always compare yourself. Like the New York Rangers, for example, making the Stanley Cup Finals. You know that could have been you if you would have had a few more wins in the first round and had an opportunity to play them. But it's always a bad taste losing out. But I think at the same time you gotta draw some positives out of it, and it was a great learning experience for ourselves. And we had a lot of guys new to that situation, and I think we're real hungry and real excited to come in this year.
You guys have kind of proven yourself the last 2 seasons to be pretty slow starters and really, really strong finishers. If you can get off to a better start in October, November, what can that do in April in terms of pushing you up the depth chart a little bit, giving yourselves a bit of a better seating, a better shot in April?
Yeah, it's not fun making it hard on yourself in the last few months of the year. You obviously want to be comfortably in a playoff spot, but I think you look back to the lockout year, we had such a new team. You know, we were working hard, we were doing the right things, but we just weren't meshing together, and I think that's part of building as a team, and a lot of new faces. And last year the injury bug hit us early, and I know these sound like excuses, but we know what to expect out of each other. We know what each guy is going to bring. We know what makes us successful. So I think we're going to try to bring that right from training camp, work as hard as we can, get in the best shape we can, and go and have some fun and start the season well.
That being said, you don't have Ryan here to start the year. Nathan's coming back from a sore back now, apparently. How do you overcome those and get that good start?
We've done it last year with injuries. We've missed key guys at key times. I know in the playoffs we had no Nathan, and a few guys were out to start the playoffs too. So we're going to do what we always do. We find a way, and guys are going to have to step up into different roles, and we're going to do what we can, and obviously until we get those two back.
Who among the younger players than you that you're looking forward to seeing in camp?
Yeah, you get a chance to skate with some of those first rounders. We never really got to see them at camp last year because of the European contracts. But I've skated with Dano and Wenberg, and I've seen them, and they look pretty good. And I know what it's like to be their age and coming into camp and trying to steal spots. So I hope they're hungry. Hopefully they're coming off a big win in Traverse City, and they push the pace of camp and really push the older guys to work harder.
Without Johansson here and without Nathan healthy to start at least, there's going to be some holes to fill up top, and basically Ty Richards is going to have some line juggling to do. What does that mean for a player like you, where your line last spring was one of the more consistent, steady that you guys had, and you might have to break that up to start?
Yeah, you know what, 82-game season, you see a lot of different line mates, and you obviously hope to stick on one line, you're comfortable. Sometimes you just need a refresher, you need a change, and whether we start together or not, I'm pretty comfortable playing with most guys in this lineup, and you know what to expect from each guy, and whether you're playing left wing, right wing, you just you got to bring what you do best every night and play to your strengths.
Matt Brad Larson joins the team up here. Are you excited to see him with this club? Yeah,
very excited. I was with him 2 years in Springfield, and he helped me out a lot. My second year when I got sent down, he's been in that situation before. He'd been in the NHL kind of up and down, and he's a great guy. I think he works harder than every other player does in practice, which is good, because you see a guy like that still working that hard. He really pushes you to be better.
Coach Richards talks about one of the strengths is he prepared the guys coming up to be NHL ready. Any specifics you can think of things he did that helped you with that transition?
A big thing for me, I think when I was a young guy, was systematically. He really stuck on me for that. Wouldn't let you just go out there and just be okay in the defensive zone, and that's something he really helped me out with early in my career. And mentally, he'd pull guys in. Say you're having a tough few weeks, he would talk to you. It's tough. It's tough in the AHL. You're trying to grind. You're trying to get to the AHL. Everyone wants to be here, and he just kind of let you know you got to keep on working. You'll get your chance, and when you do, you got to make good of it.
Everyone talks about training camp, that you're fun, you're excited, you can't wait to go. It starts to sound like the first couple days of school until you get homework. So what do you guys, not so much dreading, but what are the challenges of training camp? What's coming down the road that maybe you're not so excited about?
I think the biggest obstacle was today, the fitness testing. For whatever reason, it's not terribly tough, but most guys dread it. And we're hockey players, and we want to go play hockey. And once that's over with, I think it's kind of a breath of fresh air. And with the exhibition starting on Sunday, you really don't have too many days of bag skates in camp. So I think we're excited to get the exhibition games going, and now the fun stuff starts.
I think the fitness testing changes a little bit every year. What do they have you do this year? Can you
I mean, were there 4 or 5 different implements that they had to do?
Yeah, there were. There's a bike test. It's all relatively the same every year. They try to bring in different things that will maybe help you throughout the summer. Just different tests to see where you're at, and it's fitness testing is never the funnest part of camp, but once it's over, it's great, and you do it as a team, and it kind of bonds you together as a team, and all the boys are going out for breakfast now, and it feels like the season's finally starting to get going.
Who's the Iron Man in there? Who's putting up big numbers?
I don't know. There's been a few guys. It seems like a lot of guys are in real good shape this year, and they hold us to a high standard as they should. And I think you work hard in the off season, you get time to have your fun. But if you're ready to go to start of the year, it can only help us.
Was it the Max O2 test?
No, we didn't do that one this year. It was Wingate bike test. Yeah.
You did the Max O2 last year, right?
Yeah.
Start of the year and after the Olympics.
We did it just in the Olympics.
Just
Olympic, yeah.
Matt, on a lighter note, you went out and delivered some tickets to some season ticket holders yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you feel an increased excitement?
Yeah, it seems to be a buzz around town. I've been back here for almost a month now, and just talking to fans, they're real excited to come to the games. I think they want a more taste of NHL playoff hockey, and I got to see a couple families, and they renewed, and they said they got their friends coming and becoming season ticket holders now. So we just want to grow it in the city and keep on getting the fans behind us, because when they come, they're great.
Is the rat back in the locker?
The rat's not back. He might appear sometime this season, but not yet.
Do you have him, or does someone else have him?
I have him, yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Should fans expect a kinder, gentler Matt Calvert now that you're a married man?
I don't think so. Maybe more frustration, at home. No, I was just kidding. It's
She's not going to watch it.
nothing. I don't think anything's going to change. When I'm on the ice, I'm on the ice.
Did fans give you any extra love for the distinction of first game winning goal in playoff history here?
Yeah, it's always fun. Any big moment you have previous season. We went to the Fan Fest last Friday, and they're great. They always bring up your big moments, whether it was the fight with Rick Nash or the OT winning goal or my hat trick, my first year pro. They're always telling stories, whether they're at the game, and it's always fun to reminisce with them and enjoy it with them.
Do you expect anything to come from Rick coming back on the opener?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was a situational fight. Rick was great to me when he was here. It was never like I hated the guy, and it just happens. You get competitive out there. You get in battles, and sometimes you got to fight.
The fans talk more back and forth between the two of you.
No, we're not that close, but no, but from what I've heard, I think he was all right with it. But regardless, it's a game, and I think he understands.
So the fans, what do they talk about most? The fight or the overtime goals and all? What do they really want to talk about?
The overtime goal. A lot really loved the fight, and it was what it was, just because the fact that he was captain here. But the overtime goal, I think, is more talked about, and it's exciting for me every time someone brings it up. It's one of the biggest moments of my hockey career, and I hope to have a few more to add to it.
And both of those are captured on the wall over here. How does that feel?
It feels good. As you play more years, you start to become more part of the team. You start to become part of advertising and pictures in the room, and it starts to feel like your team, and you feel a bigger part of it. So it's a lot of fun seeing that.